What's going on, guys? My name is Brandon from PRIMO Roasting Equipment. Just gonna give you a quick walkthrough of our Sentinel XR20 and kind of a basic walkthrough of how all of our machines work. Drum switch, most important switch on the whole entire machine. Once you flip it on, your blower is gonna start running on the cyclone itself, pulling air from the back of the machine all the way through to the cyclone itself. It will turn your screen on, but you could hit start, stop all day long on the touchscreen itself, but there is nothing that it will do because until you flip your ignition switch as a safety feature, there is no power to the gas valve or the ignition module right off the bat. After that, we'll go straight to our set points. Two standard set points that I use most often are 365, so about 30 degrees before first crack, and then 435, 410, it just kind of depends on the individual profile that you're working with. A lot of different people, I deal with people who are doing charcoal all the way up to the point until a coffee fire, and they'll let it roast another 20, 30 degrees with actually both burners off just for a longer development time. And then you have the production style roasters who are just trying to crank as much product as possible. So let me set temp 2 and I'll get this bad boy started up and running. So temp 2, and once you set these two temps, they're gonna consistently run. The machine will memorize the temps right off the bat. And if you ever need to adjust them, you just touch them, type in the new temp, and then start, stop. So now, burners are about to turn on. I normally let it run for 10 to 15 minutes before I actually start roasting. Our drums are extremely thick compared to a majority of the industry, so you don't have to worry about tipping, scalding, any of those things unless you're doing a drop temp at 500 degrees, which is unheard of. Since this is our XR20 model, drum capacity at 20 kilos of coffee, you're gonna be up to right below the shaft of the drum itself. On all of our machines, they're all rated at half capacity. And the reason for that is coffee expands in size throughout the roasting process. It's been about 15 minutes, our machine's heated up, we loaded the green into the funnel, and it's really this simple. Sometimes I do a little tap just to make sure there's no stragglers, but other than that, you're good to go. Coffee's roasting. Now we're gonna have a few minutes. We're gonna have development time and all of that good stuff, but we're watching the temperature drop down right now. You have your trigger and you can go take a look at the coffee as things go. Let me see if that is a decent shot there. It might be, it might not be. Our typical roast time is about 10 to 15 minutes, just depending on your individual style of roasting. Right now, it's just a whole waiting process. So we're almost up to temp right now. So the following steps would be cooler on. It's gonna be loud. I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me on that one, and your agitator. That way everything can get mixed up as the coffee actually comes out. Bear with me for 1 second, making sure there is, because I want to show you guys how little smoke is actually going to rise above. I know a lot of roasters are known for smoking up your building, but these units are extremely efficient, and every single model above our 5 kilo has an independent cooler. We're ready to rock and roll. Just wait for it and go. If you ever get lazy, you're also able to take your sample tube, throw it right in the door, hold your door open for you, just like that. Standardly, these are full production machines. You should have a roast loaded up in your funnel during this roast. So every single time your coffee exits your drum into the cooling tray, you close it, get to your proper drop temp, open it up. So you're roasting and cooling simultaneously. That's the nice thing about the independent coolers, because they are so fast and so efficient. Your roast times versus your cooler times are never going to be competing with each other.
Proudly made in the USA.